What's going on, my trainer club? Today we're going to check out the Groudon with Fire Punch in Pokemon Go to see if it is worth your time and resources to power up. So welcome to the trainer club. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, how did you do with your Groudon? If you went through all the Hoenn research, did you get a good one? Did you get a shiny? Congratulations to everybody who did get a good one and shiny. I'm excited to check this Pokemon out because Fire Punch is maybe not the best DPS move, which we're going to check out in a second, but as far as the PvP Master League goes, it definitely has given Groudon quite a bump up. So we're going to run all of the DPS as far as the meta attackers to make sure we can check out where it sits, and then we're going to check it out in the Go Battle League, and then we're also going to run a couple simulators just to make sure that you guys see what it can do and what I do before I decide to power Pokemon up, because there's nothing worse than powering up a legendary all the way till max, then you run it in the Master League and then you're like, actually, I don't really like this Pokemon. So you might as well run it where it is. So I'm going to show you guys how I do that as well. So the Groudon is going to max out at 4,115. It is a monster CP Pokemon. It's going to have an attack of 270 that is going to be ranked 22, a defense of 228 that's going to be ranked 28, so two are in the top 30 in the game. And then the stamina is going to be 208, ranked 132. So it is going to be relatively well balanced. The stamina definitely could improve some, but as far as this Pokemon goes, it's going to do work. The movesets that it's going to get are going to be Mud Shot as well as Dragon Tail for the quick moves, and then it's going to get the Fire Punch is going to be a 3-bar charge move. It's going to get off relatively fast. Combined with the Earthquake, those two moves are definitely going to be there. It also gets Fire Blast as well as Solar Beam. And since Groudon is an all ground type attacker, it's going to have 3 weaknesses, which are going to be Water, Ice, and Grass combination. So you have to weigh into account how prevalent are those when you are playing against them in the Go Battle League. And as far as the resistances go, it's going to be double resistant to electric, single resistant to poison, and single resistant to rock. So now we're going to get into everything that has to do with DPS times TDO of the Groudon to see where it sits out. If you guys don't know about DPS times TDO, it is basically going to be over the lifespan of the Pokemon, averaging out the life, the tankiness, taking into account the stab effectiveness, meaning the typing bonuses. So if Groudon obviously is a ground type Pokemon, if it is going to get a fire type move, it's not going to get the stab bonus, which will factor into play as well and won't be able to deliver as much damage as something maybe as a Magmortar that would have Fire Punch, but depending on what it's being used for, it can still be really effective. So now we're going to check out DPS times TDO of the Groudon against its movesets to see what is the most powerful in the game. So if we're checking out the Groudon, overall DPS times TDO, the best overall moveset that's going to deliver the most damage is going to be actually Dragon Tail with the Earthquake combination at 2,077, which is the highest it can be. The DPS is going to be 15.382 and the TDO is going to be 570. Then if we're looking at the Mud Shot Earthquake with the stab effectiveness, it's going to be 2,062. Then we have the Dragon Tail Solar Beam, 1746. Then we have Mud Shot Solar Beam, 1658. Then we have Dragon Tail Fire Blast, 1258. Dragon Tail Fire Punch is going to be 1193. Then we have Mud Shot Fire Blast at 1080, and then at the bottom, which is going to be Mud Shot Fire Punch at 1027. So if we're looking at a gauge there, it's pretty much 50% less powerful than it is going to be with Dragon Tail or Mud Shot and Earthquake combination. But this is going to be if we're checking it out as a raid type attacker. So as far as the raid type attackers, it's very obvious. We want to use it for ground, for the stab effectiveness. There's obviously much more powerful fire type attackers. So if you guys do want to do a quick comparison, we can check out the fire type attackers to see where this moveset sits compared to the other Pokemon. So if we're going to look at the DPS times TDO, I don't think we need to go into DPS, TDO, and all that because it's not a completely new Pokemon. If we're looking at the #1 spot, we have Shadow Entei with Fire Fang and Overheat at 3789.2. That is very, very high for a fire type Pokemon. It's even higher than the supposed stats that Reshiram is going to get at Fire Fang Overheat combination at 3683. That is incredible. Then we have the Shadow Moltres with the Fire Spin Overheat combination at 3662. And actually, the highest delivering fire DPS times TDO Pokemon that is out right now is actually going to be Mewtwo with Confusion and Flamethrower combination at 2336. And if you do want to see the first all fire type Pokemon that's not going to be Shadow form, it's actually going to be Darmanitan with Fire Fang Overheat at 2199, basically 2200. And then Entei comes right behind it with Fire Fang Overheat at 2179. So the Shadow form does a crazy job bumping this up. But then if we want to see the Groudon even with its highest Fire Punch combination moveset, Dragon Tail Fire Punch is going to be all the way on the 11th page at 1193 in comparison to the very top, which is going to be obviously the Shadow forms, Shadow Entei Fire Fang Overheat at 3789, which is a quite stark comparison. Obviously, I don't need to make my point any clearer. It is not going to be a meta raid type move. However, now let's change over to the Go Battle League, because right now we are in the Great League, then we have the Ultra League, then we're coming into the Master League. Master League, Groudon's going to shine because it actually got bumped all the way into rank 2. Which is absolutely bananas. With Mudshot, it's gonna have Fire Punch, and it's going to have Earthquake combination. So what does rank 2 actually mean? You know, like, the top Pokemon are all very good. You could throw a Groudon in there, but if you have the perfect counter for it, it doesn't matter what rank it is. So let's run a couple simulators to see what you guys like as far as this Pokemon, how the Fire Punch stacks up, because it's gonna be really good against Steel type counters, Grass type counters. Even though Grass doesn't really populate the Master League, what does populate it, it's gonna be neutral to the Dialga, and then it's going to be strong against the Steel type Pokemon such as the Melmetal. So let's check out the simulators right now. Here we go, guys. The first matchup is going to be Groudon versus Melmetal. So I just want to show you guys in this battle, because number one, the Fire Punch is going to be strong against the Steel. Number two, it charges in the same amount of time that the Superpower does. Obviously, I'm simulating this, so I'm not going to go ahead and attack with this, and I don't want my Groudon to be hurt. And actually, this Melmetal is about a level 35 compared to this Groudon. So it is way different. The Groudon is a level 15. So check it this. It still does about a third health with just that. And obviously, I don't really want to power this Groudon up yet, but then it beats it to Superpower on the second round with the Mudshot Fire Blast combination, which is absolutely insane. And then we're going to go ahead and hit it. Boom, look at that right there. And then I just wanted to see, so you guys can actually see the power differential here. I'm not going to shield this, and you can see how much damage this is going to do to the Groudon right here. And kaboom, look at that. Yep, so that is basically going to be the Melmetal. Fire Punch is amazing against this Steel type Pokemon. So the next thing we want to check out is going to be the Dialga. So Dialga is going to be neutral to fire because Steel is weak, Dragon is resistant, and so that's probably why you're seeing this Dragon Breath eat this Groudon. Number one, because it's 5 levels higher. So this is a level 20, and that's going to be a level 15. So it's really, truly eating it. As far as the Mudshot goes, it's doing good damage to it, but the Fire Punch charges relatively fast. It's just a little bit, you know, neutral to it. So it's not going to do a tremendous amount, but still, in the amount of time that it's going to power up, like, it's going to do a lot of damage. Look at that right there. And then here it's going to be if it's going to be weak. This is level 17 versus level 17. Look at how much this Kyogre destroys this thing. This is crazy just watching it. And then here's the Fire Blast. I'm not going to shield on this Kyogre so you guys can check this out just to see the full wrath. This is basically like a level 40 on 40 fight because it would go all the way up. Look at that. And then we're going to go ahead and there goes the Groudon. You're able to get off a Surf before it dies, but I didn't need to. I just wanted to go ahead and do it. So that is going to be the comparison, quite different, and the Melmetal is going to be the big wins for the Fire Punch. So those are the simulators. It's pretty impressive. It charges very quickly. It does a decent amount of damage to the Dialga, being that it is going to be neutral, and then as far as the Melmetal goes, it does a decent amount of damage as well. So you have to really play this into your team. Is it something that you like? Is it something that you don't like? Then you're gonna have to worry about, do you Elite TM it, Charge TM in order to get this move, or do you have a Pokemon, the Groudon, that you're gonna max out? Or another option, like I said in the video, is you could then trade it as a lucky Pokemon and hopefully get good enough stats and then pull it all the way up there. And since it does have the Mudshot combination with the Fire Punch, maybe a Pokemon that you consider buddy boosting all the way to level 41 to get it there. So this moveset has definitely improved it in the Go Battle League. As far as the meta raid type attackers, there is no change, but I'm excited to see how this shakes things up. It's going to be really fun to play with this Pokemon and really see how it's really going to change the dynamic of the league. It's definitely going to do so. I'm excited for it. So I hope this helped, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys have a fun day today with Incense Day if you have not done it already. So thank you to all my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody who takes their support, subscription, and participation to the next level. I'm going to see you guys out on the next video. Peace! I just want to take a moment and sincerely thank all of my Patreon members, everybody that has taken their subscription to the next level and chosen to support me on this platform. I greatly appreciate you guys. As a growing channel and really trying to grow and improve as much as I possibly can, I really appreciate the extra support. You guys mean the absolute world to me. I cannot wait to connect with you soon, and I appreciate you guys all for being a part of the Trainer Club. I will see you guys out on the next video.